guys, it's Tina with My Homesteading Project, and today I have a little bit different type of video for you. This may apply to some of you or to someone that you know, so hopefully it'll be helpful for you. It's actually a video that my husband requested that I make, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's all about boots. As those of you who have watched our channel for a while know, my husband Eric is an amputee, about mid-thigh, so he has a prosthetic leg. Now he has a lot of boots because he was a heavy equipment operator prior to his amputation, and he has been unable to wear them because it is very difficult to get a prosthetic foot into these tall boots with these narrow openings, because a lot of them are waterproof and things, and they have little sides that keep them from opening really wide. So I went ahead and tackled that, and I came up with a solution, and I would like to show you how I did that today. So stay tuned and we'll get a close-up of the boots. Alright, so here are the boots. Now first I'll show you how they're kind of made. They are waterproof Gore-Tex boots, so they have, if you can see that, they have webbing between, waterproof webbing between the tongue and the actual leather of the boot, and it goes up really high to keep water and mud from getting in there. And it has a waterproof layer on the outside and on the inside. Okay, so my husband's first solution, he tried to do this himself, was to take a pair of scissors, and if you can see where this notch a little bit here is, he cut down about 1 inch on each side to try to get his prosthetic foot in there, and it still wasn't wide enough. So that was when he gave them to me and said, honey, can you fix these? So what I did was, the first thing I did was I removed in here, there's this strip that covers the inside waterproof layer seam. I removed that first. Then you can kind of see in this one, on that side, there's a seam that runs down the inside of the tongue on the waterproof lining. I used my seam ripper, I ripped that seam out. That gave me access to the outside layer where it's attached, and I ripped the seam, used the seam ripper, and unstitched that as well. Then what I did was I took this outer, get that out of the way. I took this outer waterproof layer and I folded it over this inside waterproof layer so that I wouldn't have a raw seam there. And I used a very sturdy needle and very strong thread and a thimble to hand stitch this back up, overlap that, and hand stitch it back together. Then what I did was on the other side of the boot, because we unstitched this, on the other side of the boot I took my seam ripper, and if you can see, I unstitched along the edge of the leather where the eyelets are. I unstitched that, took this waterproof layer and tucked it underneath there, and then I re-stitched through the leather and the waterproof layer all the way back up so that it would still, I would have a finished edge here as well. So this is what it looks like. So now the opening is much bigger and he can get his prosthetic foot in there. And when he puts this on his prosthetic, he laces it up pretty tight anyway, so we haven't had any problems with it not being waterproof anymore. So that is the boot. That is the adaptation for that. So hopefully that helps someone out there. If you know of a prosthetic, if you have a friend or family member who has a prosthetic, go ahead and share this with them. It might be helpful to them. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below, and we will talk to you later. You guys have a great afternoon, and remember, God is good.